Hello, everybody. Welcome back to That's Life podcast. I'm your host, Abby Luckett, and life has a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and many in-betweens, but the thing that remains consistent is our God. So let's see what we talk about today. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. This is a story, an unfortunate story, a story that some may say crazy. Is it anonymous? Debatable. However, it ended in a way that Jack and Jill did not expect. However, they learned something. Okay, people, Jack and Jill definitely learned a story from this. Going up that hill, running up that hill, running up that road, running up that hill. And the moral of the story is sometimes we just have stories in our life that teach us things, give us a resolution, or may end very poorly. And today we're going to hear all of the stories from you, specifically everything. Your sports/hobbies stories.
/ everything that you've ever done.
Ryan, why are you hating on me? I'm just trying to be inclusive.
Mine's not even working. Hello. Hello. Hi, my name's Ryan. Oh, there we go. Wait, was it working the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are we leaving that in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we're not like most podcasts.
We've used that used that way too much. I think you just hit your mute button on your microphone.
I think I did too, honestly.
Oh, it's not working. Maybe because you hit the mute button?
I felt a little button press.
Bro, were you hitting the button as you were saying hello?
Yeah.
And you thought that it was just going to work when you hit mute?
I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if I had already hit it or not.
Okay. I'm regulating. Hold on.
Bro, I
can't regulate if I'm laughing. Yep, go ahead.
Can I say something? I need a haircut so bad. I have wings around my ears right now. Okay, enough regulation. Gosh.
All right, my Oura ring probably says that I'm in a relaxed state now, so I'm good. I was just like taking some deep breaths because I felt heightened by that moment. And okay, Ryan.
What?
Can we could have done this beforehand.
Didn't have time.
I'm hating on you.
Was in prayer.
I really am hating on you. I just want to give the people a polished show like they always have.
Nothing about this show is polished.
The polished, prim and proper.
If they knew what I was looking at right now, they'd be like, "What is your all's life?"
Well, I'm looking. What do you mean? We have a great home. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the curtain that is being held back by a vacuum, and it is not even close to being the same height or on the wall.
Yeah. Okay. So you got what you guys are seeing.
There's wires.
Is us. Unless
everywhere.
You're listening, then you're seeing nothing. So we're going to be as descriptive as possible here. Okay. This is what peeling back the curtain, breaking the fourth wall behind the camera. Okay. So we have a curtain, like Ryan said. One side of the curtain is being held up by, in fact, our vacuum. The other side of the curtain is just hanging there.
Looks good.
On the floor, we've got wires everywhere. That's not unusual for a podcast.
No, it's not.
Okay. A little chaotic for my brain, but that's fine. To my left, off of the camera, like cut off from the side of the camera, we have a bunch of clothing and PR items that we were gifted so generously that we are saving up to do a big giveaway. That's what we always do when we have either an abundance of things or things that we don't use or don't need, or, things that we just want to save and give to somebody else. We just kind of accumulated over time.
You spent a long time on that one.
Well, I did. Yeah, I did. And then as we journey on farther back, we have a bunch of packages and plastic bags that we need to return. Yes. Or throw away.
One thing about Abby is she will not return something.
No.
It is completely on me
No, I
return.
won't. That's Ryan's. That's your job as the husband.
100%
is to go to the UPS store. And I have my rules too that you don't do.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
I don't think I've ever seen you put the dirty clothes from the dirty clothes basket into the wash. Have you ever done that?
That's not true. Yes.
When? Name it.
I can't name a time.
Yeah, exactly, because you don't. And then we have the rest of our house. But it's just a little bit, it's a little chaos.
There's a lot of chaos.
But that's what That's what makes life with you so fun. That's the journey of life. Me and Bae just going through the chaos, making our way through the mud. One step at a time, waffling hands, going through it together. Me, you, and Luck.
That's right.
Wink.
Wink.
Do you have any crazy hobby stories or sports stories? You grew up playing a bunch of sports. I can imagine you have a crazy baseball story.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple probably, yeah.
Any worth noting for the odd?
I would say
not for the audience,
my
for the family.
Craziest one is probably whenever I tore my UCL, I would guess.
You tore your UCL?
Yeah.
In your leg?
No, my elbow.
There's a UCL in your elbow?
Yeah.
Am I dreaming, or is there a UCL in your leg?
I think you're thinking of ACL. Yeah. There's ACL, MCL in your knee. That's your knee.
I remember, I don't know why.
But UCL is an ulnar collateral ligament, and it runs pretty far, I'm pretty sure. But I had Tommy John surgery. So I would say that's probably one of my craziest sports stories.
This is squirrel brain of me, but going back to the ACL thing, which I'm not trying to discredit your Tommy John surgery at all. I want to go back to that. But before I forget.
Why do you keep going like this?
I don't know. Ryan, if people are listening, they're going to be so confused. You have to describe what you're talking about. When Ryan said, "Why are you going like this?" it's because I was smacking his
she
chair.
She kept grabbing my chair, my arm of the chair.
There are probably a lot of people that are like running, listening right now, and they're going to be like, "What is this?
Yeah.
What does the guy mean?"
You think we have more people that listen that are runners, like they're running while they listen, or more people that are just casual on the couch, headphones in?
Well, we could probably just look at the views and see like views on YouTube versus
Well, no,
listens.
I'm talking about what our community's doing while they're listening.
I would guess running.
Running's one.
Y'all let us know what you're doing. Maybe driving in the car, maybe like eating a meal. Who knows?
How do you listen to your podcasts?
Either in the shower or when I'm running.
Yeah.
I listen. I don't really watch ever.
Yeah. I watch one of mine.
Am I being mean to you?
No. Why do you?
I feel like I'm like kind of
like once a month.
I feel like I'm picking you apart right now. I'm kind of like, Ryan, do this. Ryan, do that.
I don't
Ryan,
feel picked apart.
Do you feel like I am kind of picking you apart?
No, I don't feel picked apart at all.
Then maybe it's just my irrational thoughts, but I wanted to voice it out that if I was doing that, I'm sorry, and now I'm going to stop doing that if I was doing that.
Yeah, well, you weren't. So.
Okay, so the ACL. I needed to talk about this because I remember for some reason people only tore their ACL in high school. Like I never saw anyone in college who tore their ACL. It was only people in high school.
Well, you weren't friends with anybody that played sports in college.
Yeah, but like I was still walking around campus. Like I just feel like
I guarantee you somebody on the basketball team while you were at Belmont tore their ACL.
Yeah, well, I never went to a basketball game.
That's my whole point.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But the cast for that is huge for your leg.
It's not a cast.
What is it? A brace?
Yeah, it's like a bionic thing for your knee because you
had that for your arm, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's probably my craziest story. I was trying to think of something else that was like super crazy. I'm missing something. I've had some crazy moments in my life that I'm just not thinking of, but like concussions, stuff like that.
How did
I tear it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a baseball or softball fan and don't really care about that part, you can skip like a minute ahead if you want. But so essentially my senior year at Western Kentucky, where I was playing college baseball, I was pitching in the fall. It was around October. And this is probably the best I had been. It was like I finally felt like I was in a really good spot with pitching and stuff, and felt like I was at the peak of my powers. And I felt a little grab in my elbow and kind of like a pinchy feeling. And it's like right beside the bone. And what we thought, me and the athletic trainer and the coaching staff and everything thought was a strain or like inflammation. So I had essentially probably slightly torn it then. And then I did a bunch of PT on it to try and strengthen it, which was ultimately just tearing it probably even more or hurting it even more because obviously you can't just strengthen a tear. And so I went through Christmas break doing PT, all this stuff, came back to try and pitch in the spring and was throwing a bullpen, which is just a practice round of pitching basically. And I went to throw a curveball and I vividly remember it. I tried to like pull down my pitch and the ball just went flying like straight up. And that's when I completely tore it.
And it hurt really bad?
Yeah, it hurt pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like excruciating pain, but I mean, I knew something was up. And then a couple weeks later, got the MRI results, and I had Tommy John surgery. I was actually running when I found out I was on a treadmill running.
Oh, wow.
When I found out that I had was having Tommy John surgery.
Were you so sad? Or were you kind of like numb?
Well, the thing was, I was so annoyed with how that was like all that stuff went down, because I had spent so much time rehabbing and like nothing had gotten it better. So I kind of expected something was done. And so that ended my senior year of baseball.
Dang.
And
but
I
at
was
that
done
point,
with
you
college.
were already kind of prepared for it?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be some quick fix and I was going to be like pitching in a few weeks. So
yeah,
that's probably my craziest story that I can think of. I had some crazy basketball stories in high school. Like I took an elbow and like split my eye and had to get stitches. But that type of stuff
makes me cringe.
I mean, it just happens when you play sports, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I wish I was there for you playing baseball. It's like I feel like there's just a whole nother version of you out there that I never knew, that I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'll never know. Like I'll
Isn't that
literally
weird?
never know baseball Ryan, which was like your whole life.
Yeah, it was my whole life up until my 5th year of college, really.
Like I never knew BC Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew baseball Ryan. But I know the stories of both of those Ryans. It's just weird to think.
And
like,
you've gotten to meet a lot of the people.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But it's not like walking through it, like that one friend that you have who his wife like grew up with y'all, and she saw him like play baseball and
through high school.
Through high school, through everything. Like that's just so cool.
That is cool. Like a high school sweetheart is pretty cool.
Yeah, but even just the fact that like they were able to see so many different versions of each other and grow together.
Because when we hung out, we went on a double date with them. It's a friend of mine from college, and the girl's name is Bree. We were like telling stories back and forth, and Bree was like getting in on the stories, and Abby was like,
I was like,
"Oh, great!" Now I'm literally the only one that doesn't know what's
like
going on.
ping pong. Like I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah."
Smile and nod. It was cool to listen to. I just like, it wasn't my place to add into this. Like I didn't have anything to add, but it was fun to listen to. But it was just really cool. I don't know. It was just really cool that there are people out there that have seen those versions of each other. I do think there's something special though about like, I don't know, like just clicking with someone you just meet too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not discrediting our story at all, but it's just so cool.
Well, I feel like it's more common for people to meet. I feel like more marriages happen college on. You think?
I don't know. I think maybe post-college even today.
Yeah.
I feel like college is becoming less and less common.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like maybe for my parents, like they grew up just going to college like wasn't an option. For them, it was
an option?
Yeah, it was just like you're going. Like it was just already decided for them. Like it wasn't an option whether they were going or not.
Really? Really?
Well, I think it also just depends on how you were raised, what your finances are, what your story
I feel like
is.
in the 80s, college was less common.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like I feel like college going into like the early 2000s has gotten a lot more popular.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any stats to back it
I
up.
don't
All
either.
I know is the conversation today is like, well, you don't really need to go to college to accomplish your dreams.
But like that's like brand new. Like 10 years ago, like whenever I was graduating high school, everybody would you're just going to college.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not our parents. Our parents were 20, 30
true.
years before that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I just think anyone that's like older than me is my parents.
Well, I'm
Age.
older than you, and I'm not your parents' age.
You're old guy, Mr. Old Guy. No, I do feel like though today it's like college. Like whenever I ask when I was younger, I used to ask people like, "Oh, where are you going to college?" if they were of that age. But now today, I'm like, "Are you going to college?" Because I just don't assume.
Yeah.
You know, which I shouldn't have assumed back then either. But I was young, like I didn't know. You know, but it's just interesting to think about, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's not really as much of a stigma now of like, oh, you dropped out of college or you switched colleges or, you know, like you hear the term college dropout and it's got this like stigma to it. But like, I mean, technically I'm a college dropout of
No, you're not. You
Belmont.
finished.
Well, I do have my degree, but I didn't
But you're not a college dropout. You just transferred.
I'm a college transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I was too.
Yeah.
But I was forced to transfer. I couldn't just stay at Rend Lake.
Yeah, that's true.
It's only a 2-year school. You can only do your associates
technically,
there.
I was forced to because God said no.
Yeah,
God
sure.
closed that door.
Yeah, sure. Whatever excuse you want to use.
Okay. Well, here's
I'm just kidding.
I have many stories as well, and I think they'll come up when we read these, but probably my craziest sports stories, if you've heard my testimony, it is way back in like the OG days of this podcast, like 5 years ago, but I'll give you the spark notes. I was playing, so it was 7th grade, I was in PE, and we were playing baseball, and to this day, I don't know if I told the guy that I had this interaction with, that like this is part of my testimony.
Kickball.
No, it was baseball. Or no, it was softball. It was softball. Anyways, but the guy who I like had a collision with during this, I don't even know if he knows how pivotal that moment was in my story because I remember him feeling so bad. But if you're listening, I'm so glad that this happened. But basically, I was playing second. And this kid comes over, he's running, trying to get to third. So the ball comes towards me. I bend down to like get the ball to tap him out. And he jumps over. Am I using the right words?
Kinda,
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're using the great words. It's just funny listening to you explain sports.
He jumps over me to get to third. And as he's jumping over me, I start standing up because I don't see him.
Yeah.
And so at just the right time, I stand up as he's right like over me and he knees me in the head. And I just get knocked unconscious. And at this point, I'm actively struggling with my first ED. And I was just so lightweight too. Like I just had no cushion, no weight. I mean, I literally remember waking up in the nurse's office.
You're a fragile little girl.
Yeah, I was very fragile. My teeth were imprinted in the side. It also was a hard hit. Like my teeth were imprinted in the side of my cheek. I had like bite marks in my tongue. Like imprinted bite marks in my tongue, and then just like a huge knot on my forehead. Anyways, and just like bruising everywhere. My glasses kind of like went into my head. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like it was really bad. And obviously I had a concussion. I was out of school for the last like 6 weeks. Yeah, but then after that I started eating again, just randomly. I couldn't explain it. Didn't follow a protocol. I mean, I literally just started eating. Couldn't explain it at all. And so that's when something clicked in for me in my brain of like, oh, this was a miracle. And like the guy that does miracles in the Bible is still doing those same miracles today. So I should like figure out what that's about. So I got really serious about my faith and then learned about just salvation and chose Jesus for myself after that time. I couldn't give you an exact date. I think it was like a over time kind of thing, but I did choose him during that period of my life for myself rather than just kind of, go to church because that's how my parents raised me. So yeah, a really tragic concussion story turned testimony.
Wow.
And there you go.
There you have
That's
it.
my crazy sports story.
There you go.
I've got all the running stories and the pooping myself and the diarrhea and all that sort of stuff,
but yeah,
very open about all those things on all other platforms, so we don't need to dive into it right now.
Yeah, well, it's not our story time today.
Yeah, it's not our story time. It's y'all's. So, you know what? Should we get into it? Shall we?
Yeah.
I think we have 6 stories today. I'm really excited to read these, and I'm glad that we're getting started earlier so that we can really just dive right in. Okay, here we go. Story time. All right, here we go. Don't share my name, please. It's the first thing that it says. Of course not. Never, ever, ever. Hello, Abby and Ryan. Loving the podcast. Keep it up. Now, my story is very traumatic for me, but I'm going to still share it with you guys. So here it goes. The last year, I finished up my sophomore year of high school, and this year was not just a big year for me, but for our whole school. Our class of seniors were the most athletic class our school had ever seen, and we were dominating the basketball season that year, mainly because of them. I was lucky enough to earn the 6-man role on our team, so I was getting a lot of minutes, especially in the game I'm about to tell you about. It's the state semifinals versus our division rival.
Oh, wow.
Like, we do not like these guys. Laughy face. We were fresh off a conference championship, so now we were hoping to complete the dream season by seizing the state title as well. To provide some wild context, one of our starters on the rival school we were playing was one of my friends who literally played and started for our basketball team just last year, but he left our school and joined the other school without ever telling anyone. Remember him for later.
Oh no, he's like KD in 2016.
There was a lot of juice to this game, and we found ourselves down by a lot at one point in the game, but we powered through. The game came down to the wire. Our best player fouled out, so we kind of had to make something out of nothing. We ended up cutting their lead down to 1, and they were shooting free throws. They missed both, and we grabbed the rebound on the second one. Went coast to coast to lay it in for the lead. I'm going to pause right here. This is a lot of big sports terms words for me.
Yeah.
I'm really having to concentrate and make sure I'm reading this right because it's making sense, but I'm like, I don't get it, but I get it. Okay. Resume. The other team panicked and tried to inbound the ball because there were probably 5 seconds left to the game at this point, and they threw the ball out of bounds with 0.5 seconds remaining. We had won against all odds. We somehow came back and won, or so we thought. Through a series of unfortunate events, the other team ended up with the ball, and they inbounded it to the same guy who used to be on our team the year before. And as he got the ball, the buzzer sounded with the ball still in his hands, but he shot it anyways. It went in, but it was a whole second and a half after the buzzer sounded. And it was so obvious, so it shouldn't have counted, right? The ref didn't think so. He called the shot good and left the court immediately. In summary, this is the devastating way that we lost our chance to win our second state championship in 3 years off of a shot that didn't count by the guy who left our school and joined our rival. Absolutely brutal. Anyways, sorry for yapping so long. Have a blessed day.
Wow.
Dang, I thought you would like that one.
I do like that.
So for some context, I skimmed through the emails just to pick some because there's just no way that we could read all of them. I wish we could read all of them. I truly do, but there's just no way that we could get it all done. But I was like, Ryan, I think Ryan's going to like this one.
This is literally like Kevin Durant leaving the Thunder and winning the championship the next year on the Warriors, the team that he lost to the year prior.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's brutal.
No, that actually is. So I would have been really upset.
I will say, I think in high school nowadays, there's a lot more moving schools than there used to be. Yeah.
Why?
My brother coaches baseball in high school, and there's always guys in and out.
Is it for what's the purpose?
Sports.
I know, but because there's a better team.
Trying to go to a better team, or they feel like they'll get more playing time somewhere else.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of lame, honestly.
Oh, really? Do you think that's a hot take?
No, I don't think so. I feel like there's a little bit of a lost art of just staying where you're at and kind of going through the ups and downs. And when it gets tough, you just don't need to go to a new school. Stick it out. Unless something actually happened, which it doesn't sound like that. In that case, it did.
Didn't you go to a different school?
No, I went to the same high school.
Oh, I thought you went to a different school because they had a better team.
When? During
high school.
No, I went to the same high school.
Then your brothers?
No, I went to a different high school than my brothers.
Because the team was better.
No, I went to I switched schools in middle school. It was it was from 5th to 6th grade.
Why did you switch?
It was because not because the school was better, it was because the competition was better. I didn't switch schools so that my team specifically would be better. I switched because the leagues itself, the competition wasn't very good.
So do you think that's why maybe some other people switch?
No, he's literally in the same league. He's in this.
Oh, I don't know.
Schools are rivals. It's the same thing. He's playing the same teams.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Dang. That's got to be crazy on the kid though. I got to put myself in the kid's perspective who played the year before. He probably has a lot of pressure on him because if the school that he was at the year before, if they had won,
which sounds like they did win and just didn't count for it.
Yeah, but he probably would have been like, "Oh man," you know, because they won.
Well, he would have deserved it.
Ryan,
he would have. He left. He's the one that left. He chose to leave.
Oh my gosh, I mean,
this is all in good fun. I don't actually mean this personally. It's just.
Here's my thing. Okay, I feel for you, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, man, I know how that feels because this was me when I went to the high school basketball games. Okay.
She left after the second quarter.
No, I didn't. I went. I got voted. My senior superlative was most school spirit.
Really? I could see that. I could see that.
And so I would go to all the games, every game, loved it.
You went to all the sports games?
I went to every sport game, but this was my role. I would go. My back would fully be turned to the court because I was sitting talking to everybody else, leading the chants. It was social hour for me.
You were leading the
chants?
The student section chants?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I loved it.
That's pretty cool.
I would carry the oar. We had an oar.
Oh.
And yeah,
Because
it
you
was
guys
pretty
are the
fun.
Gators.
Yeah, we're the Gators, so we were in the swamp. So we had an oar.
Wow.
It wasn't just me. Like, it was a combined effort. But I mean, usually there are a select few seniors that kind of just take the reins.
Yeah.
And I had a loud voice. So, yeah. So there I was. I also was the president. So it was kind of like part of it.
You're Brooke Davis.
I was Brooke Davis.
But
not doing what Brooke Davis was doing.
you were Brooke Davis, but
Brooke
like
Davis is a character in a show.
kind of Haley James a little bit.
I don't want to be associated with Haley James.
Nathan Haley.
Ryan and I are watching One Tree Hill right now, and we're on season 2. So I'm not a fan of
Deep
Haley
into
James
season 2.
right now. If I had to compare myself, maybe I was like Erica.
Yeah, that's a great one.
But like Erica also did. I was a goody. I still am a goody. I never
Yeah.
went to a party until I went to like 3 parties in high school. Because they were like end of year senior parties, and I was the DD. So
Which means designated driver.
Which means designated. I still have never had a taste of alcohol to this day, which it doesn't matter, but just for people to know, I didn't drink in high school or do any of that. But I think my maybe energy might have shown otherwise because I just always was the person that like, I don't know, was like, wow. So yeah. There's
That's a fun, man. I can't wait one day. I hope we have kids and they play sports so that we get to experience high school sports with them.
Yeah. I'm going to be a loud mom.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Be like, get up. That's my son.
I'm going to be the dad that has to go to the corner
Yeah.
and not be by anybody.
Yeah. Unless they do theater, then I'm going to have proper theater etiquette.
Yeah.
Because,
Man, I hope they do sports. They can do theater, but I really hope they play sports.
I hope they do everything that they want to do. And
sports.
More. Whether that's skateboarding, football, archery.
The basketball story just takes me back.
The debate team, forensics. I don't care.
High school sports are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially, too, when you get, good crowds and, the community's kind of gathered around it. It's so much fun.
I wish that I did cross country or track in high school. A lot of people think I did. I never did that.
A lot of when did you start cross country at questions, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I ran summer training in 3rd grade with the cross country team, and that was it. But I started running in middle school.
Yeah.
I was 13, but I just always did it by myself.
Were you get up early before high school and run?
Yeah, I've been getting up at least 5 a.m. every morning since my sophomore year of high school.
So before school you would go on a run? Mm-hmm. Every day?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I will say though, my
That's
junior
wild.
and senior year, well, first of all, the C word, COVID, happened my junior year.
Oh, right.
So school was wonky that year. But then my senior year, when we went back, I had a lot of dual credit classes, which are combined, you get credits for high school and college.
Wow,
but they're usually taken with a college.
Your high school career was weird. Just like my college career was
But
weird.
my senior year, I didn't have to go into school till 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Because I took online college classes that counted for my high school credits. Mm-hmm.
Every day you didn't have to go until 11?
No, and I had one class and it was choir. So I was there from 11 to 1.
That's crazy.
And then I would come back for rehearsal. So I would run, and then I would go to choir, and then I would come home, eat lunch, do whatever, and then I would work out, and then I would go to rehearsal, and then I would go home. So I was basically training for what I do now, which is run and make videos. But I was just doing it in high school, the high school version, which was run and theater. Yeah. Wow. God has been preparing me for a long time, I think.
So that would have been, my junior year of college would have been COVID for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were on our way to UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham, and got stopped on the way and drove back.
Mm. And that's when COVID was announced for you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I was on the second day of my show. My junior year show. We were doing Newsies. And the principal came.
Did you guys get to finish?
Nope.
Dang.
We got shut down on a Saturday.
Wow.
They did let us, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I guess it's been enough time now. But they did let us do a private, because we were already in costume and mics. Like we were like an hour before.
Oh, you're not allowed to say this.
We were like an hour before. You guys don't get to know. No, I'll say it. We were like an hour before we were about to go perform. So we had done like sound check and like stretches and whatever. We were all in costume, hair, makeup, and yeah. So they let our like family come.
Oh, that's cool.
They didn't open it to the public, but they let like parents come and stuff. We had like maybe, I don't know, 200 people. Still like quite a lot. But I just remember everyone was really sad. Like, it was pretty sad, especially for the seniors, because in the theater world, like if you did theater in high school, if you had a good experience, which I feel like a lot of people do, you get it. It's emotional, like when you leave, because I tell you like, oh, I'm going to listen to senior speeches. Now that I help out with like the high school and do choreography, like I'll go sit in at their senior speeches, and it's just a really like emotional time because they're saying their farewell to like these people who you've lived with basically for the past 3 months. Mm-hmm. So you're spending school all day with these people, and then you're rehearsing from after school until like sometimes 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. And
you're just spending a lot of time with these people. So yeah, I don't know. And everyone just kind of comes from a different place. We've got sports kids, and we've got band kids, and we've got theater kids too. We've got kids that just did it randomly because they needed something to do after school. Like, you get all walks of life, but everyone's coming together to do this one thing and provide this show for the world. So
have we only done one story?
Yeah. All right. I'm moving on. Sorry. Okay. Hi, Abby and Ryan. I have a hobby story I wanted to share with you guys. I've always loved running. In high school, I'd run between other sports to stay in shape and would occasionally sign up for local 5Ks. After graduating last summer, I had my heart set on running my first half marathon. As soon as my senior track season ended, I jumped right into training. Well, I went way too hard, way too fast, and ended up with some pretty bad shin splints, and I just couldn't run. Ugh. I was so frustrated, discouraged, and completely unmotivated. I remember thinking, God, why wouldn't you want me to run when I love it so much? Looking back, I realized my priorities weren't in the right place. I wasn't putting the Lord at the center of my training. I was leaning on my own understanding instead of His. Since I couldn't run to stay active, I would walk anytime I could. For at least 20 minutes a day, I would go for a walk and make myself talk to God. During this time, I learned so much from the Lord about what it looks like to live a holy life, actively pursue Him, and honor Him above everything else. My walks got longer, and eventually I found myself listening to every sermon and podcast I could to help me understand my true purpose. Fast forward to this summer, and I was finally able to train for 4 strong, healthy months for my half marathon. This time, every mile was for His glory instead of my own. It ended up being one of the biggest blessings in disguise because I literally had to walk to run. On June 6th, I ran my very first half marathon, not to prove something to myself, but as a reminder of God's faithfulness and all He has done in my life. And because God had such a sense of humor, that wasn't even the best part of the day. Later that same day, my boyfriend of 5 years proposed. I got to say yes to my best friend, a God-fearing man who loves the Lord and who I get to spend forever with. It was one of the sweetest reminders that God's timing is always better than ours. I've been a long-time listener since Abby's college days and love hearing how the Lord is working in your lives. I look forward to every Tuesday and admire the work you guys do to share the good news of Jesus.
That's sweet.
So sweet. She also included pictures.
Oh, that is so
I'm crying.
sweet.
They're so cute. Look at them.
She's gonna force him to run now.
Yeah, seriously.
That's how it works.
I mean, get ready, guy. Whatever your name is, guy. Because you're going to be running a half marathon next. Let's go.
Have you ever had shin splints?
Yeah, I've had shin splints. It's not very fun. I used to get them all the time whenever I would go back and forth between Nashville for school and home because Nashville's really hilly.
Yeah.
And I would get shin splints a lot.
What creates shin splints? Is it the pounding on the pavement?
I actually should know that.
Yeah.
And I don't. But I know it's something about like your form changes because if you're like going up or down, it changes the impact. But I actually don't know. I should know that. I'm a fraud runner. What can I say? I love this story.
Yeah, that's your type of story right there.
We would be great friends, you and I. But seriously, I mean, the Lord, I say this, I said this the other day to someone I was talking to. The Lord for me will use what I so repetitively and commonly put above Him, which is my body, to get my attention.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's the same thing with her. It's like, she went in probably with good intentions, being excited post grad, like, okay, I'm ready to do this. Like, I want to train. Like, I'm so excited. And it just got way too out of hand way too quickly. And so the Lord was like, well, let me get your attention because you're obviously not allowing enough room for me to speak into this right now. Mm-hmm. But how kind of him to do that, because he sees the full picture. Mm-hmm. I just think it's really cool. I don't know. I've been reading a lot of stories in Genesis about, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, all the way down. Right now I've made it to Leah and Rachel and that whole fiasco. What I am learning right now when going through and reading the Bible in a chronological standpoint, like starting from Adam and Eve, the creation story, to where I'm at right now, it is just so funny to me how when I was younger, growing up, we would learn about these Bible characters, mm-hmm. and they don't highlight the brokenness of these humans. They just highlight the glory of God when teaching the story, because we're learning about the glory of God, of course, but as I'm reading them again in my adult view, I'm like, I am Abraham. I am Noah. I am Isaac. I am Cain and Abel and Esau, and these broken human beings who try to get in the way mm-hmm. and take the reins themselves and get provisions for their life from God, because he's generous and telling them the promises that he has for them. And so then they try to get in and manufacture it in a way that makes sense to them, that they have control of. Yeah. And yet God is so good that even though our humanness gets in the way and we don't trust him and we try to intercede and tell our husband to go sleep with the servant to have a baby, or to go do XYZ of what all these other people did, or take the birthright of the brother, or kill the brother, or whatever. These are all sins that people did in the Bible, by the way. But even though we get in the way and trying to take it into our own hands, God still delights in his promises that he has for us. And it's not like he's just going to take it back. Never once have I ever seen him do that in the Bible, ever. Yeah. No matter how sinful we are. Could you tell me a time he's done that?
No, I can't.
Yeah, exactly. I just think this is a beautiful image of that. It's such a funny thing, because I've asked that so many times of like, why won't you let me do this when I want to do this? But our brain just literally can't comprehend what God is doing mm-hmm. in our lives. And I don't know. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful story.
Yeah, it is a beautiful story. Yeah.
This girl's name is Miley. I have a crazy marching band story for you. So my freshman year, our show had these huge props. They were the destruction of many things, including instruments and feet. And while they brought others up, literally raised people up with a harness, they were also the downfall of many. For context, the props were comprised of a wooden board attached to a metal frame at both ends so the wooden part could flip. At one part of the show, the props were lined up and down the center of the field, and everyone in the band behind them. Bro, I need to slow down. Okay. Then one person behind each prop would flip and lock the prop in place so it wouldn't come back up and hit someone. Little freshman me got assigned with this job, tear emoji, though I never had a problem with doing this until our first football game performance of the season. We got to that point in the show, and to my dismay, I physically couldn't lock the prop up, and after I flipped it, I was stuck behind the prop holding it so it didn't come up and hit someone. However, the show went on without me, and as I was panicking, the upperclassmen offered no help. I was alone behind the prop watching as everyone moved to the next part of the show, still being stuck. I then hit a crossroads when another band member came to move the prop away. I could either follow them and stay behind the prop for the rest of the show or run to my correct position. And with the new encouragement and pressure of the other band member next to me, I booked it to my spot. It was painfully obvious to the entire audience I was not there when I was supposed to be, as I was running the opposite direction as everybody else was. LOL. But I was able to eventually get back to the right place and finish the show. That night after the show, I remember my dad asking me, "Were you the saxophone player who was running across the field in the middle of the show?" Humbling. I have had my fair share of performance mishaps and mistakes, And it is never fun to feel like you are the odd man out, especially because of a reason that you literally can't control.
Yeah, that's rough.
I remember for one show it was Peter Pan. And you fly in Peter Pan, so we all have these harnesses, and literally it's like we're wearing these harnesses that feel like diapers that have a wire connected to your back, so when you pull
it's like
up,
you're bungee jumping.
yeah, but it's like putting all of this weight on your pressure or on your pelvis, and it just hurts. But they backstage are pulling these lever thingies basically to like have you go up. Anyways, we're up in the air, and there's a scene change that happens as we're flying. So 4 of us are up in the air as the house is getting rolled off the stage. These are legitimate walls, heavy walls on wheels, okay? So we're flying, and we're swinging side to side, side to side. We're supposed to do that. There was a mishap or something, and one of the guys who was on the far left side as these walls were leaving is swinging, and the wall didn't get moved fast enough, and he just bam right into the wall. He was fine. That's why I'm laughing. Like nothing happened. But looking back now, I wish I wouldn't have been in the air so that I could have just seen. He was literally like right into the wall, and everyone was like, wow, and he was like, I'm good, like I'm good. But yeah, when dealing with big props, I'm surprised they gave that like big amount of responsibility to a freshman, not because you couldn't handle it, but because you're a freshman.
They gave it to a freshman for that reason, probably.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Dang.
That's the classic. Oh, just make a younger underclassman do it.
That's so don't do that.
That's the way I see it.
Man, my brain would be like, oh, they're a freshman. Like you don't want to stress them out.
It feels like they gave it to somebody younger.
It was intentional.
Yeah.
Dang, that stinks.
Not to like hopefully that they mess up, but just like
well,
it's hard.
I mean, when I was in school, like they did say that in college they like structured it to where you weed out. That's what they said, like weed out the people that couldn't handle the pressure. I don't know if that's true, but that was like the thing that went around. They were like, if you can survive your freshman year, like it's designed to be super hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true though.
I don't know if they would have done that in high school.
Yeah, that's true. I just didn't know if it was like the same. But also, none of my professors ever told me that. So that might have just been like a fib. I don't know. Okay. Next one. Sports story. Hi, Abby and Ryan. I'm a longtime podcast fan and I'm super excited to share this story. Please keep this anonymous. LOL. I grew up in competitive gymnastics with some pretty intense coaches. When I was a sophomore in high school, I was at our regional competition competing with 2 of my teammates. Gymnastics is pretty much an individual sport, at least until the elite or college level. So if any of us placed in the top 7 in the all-around, each event score added up, we would qualify to nationals. The competition was a pretty big deal. We started on balance beam at this meet, and unfortunately, all 3 of us fell. This incurred a 0.55 deduction from each of our individual scores, and our head coach was pretty upset, to say the least. A little tangent, I have been doing some reflecting after you shared your pelvic floor journey, and I think most high-level gymnasts probably need pelvic floor therapy. For anyone who doesn't know, it's pretty common in the gymnastics world for athletes to pee their pants a little when tumbling, especially forward tumbling, because of the pressure the body position and pounding mechanism puts on their bladder. While this might not be common knowledge to the public, my coach most definitely knew this. That's interesting.
That's crazy.
Very interesting.
Wait, what was the movement?
It was just saying like any movement. It's not a specific movement.
Oh, not a specific gymnastics movement.
Yeah, well, you're just like jumping and pounding.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, think when you watch the Olympics and those girls are just boom,
it's
boom,
one of the
boom.
most entertaining Olympics sports to watch.
So awesome. Okay, back to the story. We had all 3 fallen on the beam, and we were heading to the floor the next event. At every practice, we would all go pee before floor to try to prevent ourselves from peeing when tumbling. And at meets, we would do the same thing. We had plenty of time to go to the bathroom before floor, but when we asked our coach, she said, no, you should have thought of that before you all 3 fell on the beam.
Oh.
As if we tried to fall, LOL, and walked away. We were shocked to say the least, but we listened and went to wait by the floor. As we started warming up for floor, all 3 were getting the front tumble pees and kept trying to figure out what to do. I realized I had a travel pack of tissues in my competition bag. So I got them out and we started drying our inner thighs in between turns.
Oh, they were peeing.
Yeah. Yeah. By this point, our other coach asked what happened. We told him he probably didn't want to know and then continued with our warm-ups. We kept having to dry our legs with tissues, but eventually all competed our floor routines, dried our legs some more, and then finished the last 2 events for the rest of the meet. I was disappointed, of course, with my fall. But now I look back on this memory and laugh at the fact that as 16-year-olds, we were all peeing over our expensive sparkly leotards and my legs while tumbling at the biggest meet of my life because I fell on beam. The whole experience was super embarrassing and uncomfortable, but now I can look back and laugh it off. Anyhow, I think maybe some pelvic floor therapy or just a trip to the bathroom could have prevented this whole thing. But alas, that's my crazy sports story. I hope you enjoyed.
Wow.
Hopefully this made sense. That made sense.
I didn't know that about gymnastics. So it
what?
sounds like tumbling is what does it.
Well, yeah. I mean, anything.
What is tumbling? That's like a cartwheel.
How does one explain? Yeah.
Like you're just doing a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you know the event in gymnastics where there's that really big blue mat, and then there's like
and they run and do the flips and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tumbling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cheerleaders do tumbling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I know what it is.
They're like different styles, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I literally don't even know what to say. I'm shocked right now.
That's the classic coach is just like so mad at their kids. Like that used to happen in junior college a lot.
Oh, really?
Not peeing, but just like, you play that and then it's like the most simple thing that you usually go do. You ask your coach and they're like, no, you should have performed better.
So here's the thing, okay? It's one thing to have the routine of going to the bathroom before you like do a specific thing and then be told not to and then get nervous because you think you're gonna pee because you normally go pee, but then usually it's like, okay, I didn't actually pee, like I was just nervous.
Yeah,
like I call that the nervous pees, when you feel like you have to pee but then you start doing something and it goes away.
You on a daily basis.
Me on a daily basis, but I know a lot of other people could probably relate to that too. However, no, these girls literally, all 3 of them literally had to pee.
Yeah, they weren't just nervous.
No.
They had to pee.
It is interesting, though, that she brings up pelvic floor physical therapy because I think this is a lot more common than I knew. Because, like, why would I know about it if I hadn't had gone through it before? Just because there's not a lot of exposure about it.
Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things I feel like you start talking about something or, like, just say something out loud and you just see it everywhere now.
Yes. That's how it is. I hope that it becomes more of a thing, though, because I had seen people talk about it before, but it was mostly just pregnant women.
Like, man, I would like a mansion, a really nice house would be cool.
Phone, are you listening to me?
Phone.
We start
Somebody's
seeing
like, hey
all
guys,
of it.
we have a house for you.
You got it? No, but I mean, it makes sense with like pregnant women, obviously, because you have to like repair everything.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh yeah, I'll go to pelvic floor physical therapy, but you don't think about it for just regular sports. Women have to go through a lot, man. I'm just saying.
That's terrible.
That may be one of the best stories we've read so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that you went through that, but for our sake.
She's got a good attitude about it.
Yeah, she does. Okay, this is our last one. Hi, Abby and Ryan. I'm a professional ballet dancer, and I have experienced some crazy stories, let me tell you. I got my degree in dance, and so many of my years of college were spent rehearsing and preparing for shows. The story I'm telling you today took place my first major performance my freshman year.
This is your kind of girly.
Mm-hmm. Freshman year, I was a part of a dance ministry ensemble that performed dances centered around different topics of faith and ministry. This show, I was performing a dramatic solo about times in life when you're struggling, crying out to God, and surrendering to Him. In the dance, there are a few moments where I had to dramatically fall to the floor on a specific light cue, which often meant that I ended up having to slide a bit to make it to the right spot. We had been rehearsing the piece every day for a week leading up to the show, and each time we practiced, I ended up taking a tiny bit more skin off the same spot on my knee each slide from the floor burns I got. Opening night that weekend went so well. The energy was high the whole time, and I was very in the moment. The next morning, however, I woke up with severe Achilles tendonitis in one of my ankles. The day of the show in question was crazy. I was trying to figure out how to handle my injury and do everything I needed to do while feeling pressure, mostly self-inflicted, to perform because it was the first major show of college and all my professors and prospective students were watching that day. The solo was the first piece in the program and I was not feeling settled at all. I got treated by our athletic trainer just before going backstage, and at the last minute we had decided to change the piece from dancing in point shoes to doing it in normal flat shoes. All this to say, I was feeling extremely flustered and full of adrenaline by the time I was sitting on stage waiting for the lights and music to play. When the dance started, all began well. Soon, however, I completely blanked on what came next in the dance, which very rarely happens to me. I started doing the end of the dance while I tried to figure out where I was supposed to be. Soon, a light cue came on, and I remembered I needed to dramatically fall on the floor into the light, the same fall that had been increasingly taking my skin off my knee during the week. I dove into the light and proceeded to do the section kneeling in the light. To my surprise, I briefly looked down during that time to find my knee was bleeding and a small pool of blood onto the stage about the size of a nickel. I had to roll on the floor to transition to the next section of the dance, so I had to think quickly and move strategically so that I wouldn't get the blood all over the back of my costume. After the dance finished, our athletic trainer had to walk out on stage to clean up the blood with a blood kit. The craziest part of the story, though, comes later. I didn't know it at the time, but one of the prospective students watching the audience that day would become one of my closest college friends. She remembered the incident, but it was only when we were talking about it a year after becoming friends that we connected the dots. LOL. That's all I have for now, but thank you for all that you do. Wow. What a way to round out the stories. Let me just start here, okay? The fact that they changed the shoes on you the last minute is crazy to me. I was never in point as a dancer, but if you don't know what point is,
It's what the Rockettes wear.
Yes. It's what the ballet dancer, the Nutcracker dancers in the Rockettes. The Rockettes wear character shoes.
Yeah, but they
wear tap shoes
They
too.
throw on the pointer ones.
No, the Rockettes don't do point.
Yeah, with the Nutcracker they do.
Yeah, but the Nutcracker dancers are different from the Rockette dancers.
Oh yeah.
That's a different group.
Oh, that's right.
You remember in the Rockettes Christmas Spectacular when there's
great show by the way.
There's the dancers that it's like 4 guys and 4 girls.
Yep.
That's those dancers.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Clara, she's a little kid. But anyways. So point is it's basically like a hard piece of wood that's flat and you go up on the tips of your toes, like the tops of your toes. Like you're not bending your toes to go higher. You're literally on
your tippy toes.
Tippy toe. Flat ballet shoes are like sock texture.
Why would they change that?
I don't know. It sounds to me like they had been rehearsing in the point shoes. And so I get why you're flustered because you got the Achilles tendonitis and then you've also
I thought she was going to say I ruptured my Achilles while I was performing my first college show.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, also let's just pause at the fact that it's her first college show and they switched the shoes on her and she has this Achilles thing going on. So the nerves are crazy. So the fact that you blanked out isn't like, oh, why did this happen? Like, it makes sense. I hate that it happened, but like, you got a lot on your plate. Then it's like, this is the first show. So this is the first, like, what's the word? Exposure? Or the first, what's the word? Like, the first time everyone's seeing you. It's the first
performance?
No. It's like everyone's first time meeting you. Everyone's first experience meeting you. What's that word? Why can't I think of that word?
Perspective?
No.
I don't know what you're saying.
Like, if it's my first time meeting you, then we just had like an interaction. You're like, oh, impression. It's everyone's first impression of you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I just knew. Yeah. Okay. So this is everyone's first impression of you and how you perform and how you do on stage because they don't know high school you and they don't know like this isn't normal for you. You know, so it's just horrible timing too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dang, now everyone thinks that I just blank, but that's not me.
Is that the biggest performance fear right there?
Blanking?
Blanking on something? That's
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
up there, right?
I mean, it's definitely, I think every performance person has probably had the nightmare where they forget everything on stage.
Oh, that sounds like my worst nightmare.
I've had that
was
nightmare.
A musical theater or ballet dancer.
Many a time. I've had many nightmares where I like get put on for a show where I don't know the script or anything and I just have to make it work. Like that's like a reoccurring nightmare for me still to this day, which is crazy. But also it's kind of like something that you just have to go through. Like I would find it very hard to believe if you didn't forget something while you were on stage your entire performance career. Like,
Well,
people are human.
It
Like,
sounds like the rest of her college dance career went well because she's a professional ballerina.
yeah, yeah.
So I think it turned out to be pretty well.
Also, the blood of it all is
the blood, the blood.
because you're not only like bleeding, which stinks, but also now it's like a huge deal because it's contaminating everything. It's a health hazard, like it's a safety thing. There's just a lot to it. I've had my fair share of bleeding experiences. I sliced my finger open one time in a show. I had a nosebleed during a show. I've had a couple nosebleeds.
Your nose has been bleeding a lot lately.
No, it doesn't.
You had a nosebleed just the other day. Oh, it was a razor bleed. Never mind. But you did have a nosebleed a couple months ago.
When I had a razor cut?
Yeah.
And then you asked if I was on my period?
Yeah.
Then now you're just saying I had a nosebleed.
Well, no, but then you also had a nosebleed.
I did have a nosebleed. That was weird.
Yeah.
That was just random.
But you had one in Bowling Green too, like.
Well, it's when it's dry. Like, theaters are very dry, so my lips always get chapped.
That's right. It was when you were in that show.
Yeah.
Your nose bled.
And my lips always get chapped too.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't know, because like my voice doesn't do well in theaters because it's so dry.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe that's just why I struggle to sing.
Sweetie, your singing is amazing.
But no, this is what happens. Thank you for saying that. First of all, thank you. I get so nervous that I can't support my singing, so then I crack because I'm so nervous and I'm so not confident, and I start listening to myself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like when I'm at home in my comfort place, in the shower or in the bedroom, I know that even if I mess up, it's only me that hears it.
Yeah.
And so I don't get nervous. But if I'm around anyone else, I'm like, they might hear me mess up. That's the thing I constantly think about. I don't know how this developed, but I need to work through it because something flipped when like my junior year of college. Something flipped. I don't know what it was.
You should talk to your therapist about it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I guess.
She can uncover the layers.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I should talk to my professors because they watched it all happen.
Well, as you met me and you were just like so in love and you were like ready to escape reality and go be in love with your
That's exactly what happened.
boyfriend.
No, that's probably what it seemed like from the outsider because I met you at just the time that all of my performance anxiety started developing. So the Lord provided that at the beautiful time though, because I really needed some joy because I was really struggling with performing. But no, that wasn't the case at all. But yeah, I guess it just stems from there, and it's something I haven't worked through yet, or I'm trying to work through.
Mm-hmm.
I think from the acting side, I've worked through it. I think I never really had that with dance. I just miss dance. I haven't danced in a while.
Well, you signed up for a studio today, right?
Well, I'm trying to. I'm looking for some studios.
How does that work? Do you just like sign up for a class?
They have adult like drop-in classes, so you can just go take it, and they'll teach you a
Zumba?
combo. It's kind of like Zumba, not the style, but. Well, no. So you walk in and you'll do like a warm up, which is, so like
stretching. Someone like me couldn't go in there and do that.
No, you could go. You would do like beginner.
Oh. Okay.
I would probably do more like intermediate advanced.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the studio.
I mean, I'm not going. Just
the thing is, though, my confidence is my biggest enemy because I don't want to go to a studio where I feel like people are going to see me because I'm like self-conscious.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe a lot of people experience that.
And the thing is, though, sweetie, is you're going for fun. Like, you're just going to enjoy it.
I know, but the way that I grew up in this world, I wasn't doing it for fun. I don't know.
You said this world like
the theater world.
You just like sometimes you talk like we're living in a movie.
I just want to be an actor so bad. I talk in script. No, but I've never once done theater besides my first ever show for fun.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know what that means.
Fun.
That's like me telling you, like, oh, go play baseball for fun.
I could do that.
Okay, well, we're different. I don't know what to tell you. It's not that easy for me. Like, I just developed this thing where I have to prove myself. I think it's because, like, when I went to college, it was like, oh, you have to do this to get a job now. Like, you have to do this to earn your income.
Maybe it's that way, too, because you're meant to do it full time.
I don't know. I mean, I would love that, but I also, like, where do I go from here? Like, how? Where do I start? What
I
do
also
I do?
need my coworker, so
Yeah, I mean, I think if the right opportunity presented itself, I would go. But
Yeah.
it would have to be very obviously a God door opening.
that'd be pretty cool if you somehow like. I'm not saying this is not foreshadowing at all.
Careful
but-
what you say. Careful what you say.
I love New York so much. So if we were ever forced to live there, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, dang it,
Man, we gotta go to the city. Man, we gotta go to the place where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't
That would
do.
be. Speaking of, there's a really popular Christian from. She's like mega, like popping off right now. What I don't remember her name. She's the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Oh, you may have heard of her. She's this mega Christian girl, but she's
Huh? The Dallas Cowboy cheerleader girl.
oh, Reese.
Yes. Well, I'm
You're
saying
making
like
her sound like she's this underground like.
I just said mega famous underground.
Oh, well, sorry, I didn't know who you were talking about.
How is that underground? I just like called her.
Sorry, I'm being mean again.
You just like said exactly the opposite of what I just said. I was like, yeah, this
Sorry.
mega famous person that's popping off right now.
I thought you were being silly.
No, I'm talking about her. Yeah, Reese, the girl
Reese?
that's going to be in the show.
Sorry, that was a miscommunication.
What's the show?
Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
No, but she's going to be on Broadway, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, it took us a while to get there, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
landed the plane.
But that's what we were just talking about, is going to New York and being in a show.
Yeah, I would love that.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
Am I okay?
all I was saying is if like I know they moved back somewhere, right?
Alabama.
Yeah, and so her husband is gonna be living in New York. If that was me, I wouldn't just be like, oh man, that stinks.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Because that would be so cool to live in New York. Just like if you actually had a purpose if we had a purpose to live there.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna get real vulnerable here. I'm like craving so desperately that lifestyle again.
Oh.
But
You know what's funny?
But can I finish my butt? But I know now is not the time. I know now is not that time.
It's funny though, because I feel like whenever you do get in it, you struggle so much. Like it's such a grind for you, and you're like, oh.
Well, I think if I was in a place where it could be what I give my energy to, rather than trying to juggle it all, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
I think the reason I when I was doing these shows while having, the many jobs, and I was like, is because at the time in my life when I was doing these shows post grad, meaning 3 shows, I think I did 2 shows. I did Grease, and then I did the show Steel Magnolias.
Mm-hmm.
When I did Grease, I was working 4 jobs at the same time and planning a wedding. So I didn't know how to balance all that. And I was also still coming out of school. I had a lot of resentment towards theater. I was over it. I was just done. During Steel Magnolias that I did this past year, love our sweet puppy. We had just gotten a deaf border collie dog and were stressed out the wazoo because we had no idea what we were doing. So yeah, I think just at the time, theater wasn't.
I don't think Lucky doesn't need to be in New York City, anyways.
I don't know. She's a great apartment city dog now.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level of city.
I guess, but you can find your parks.
Yeah,
You can find your places, I mean,
there's a lot of bikes.
she loves, but she does great here.
She does. She's doing a lot better.
And and it just depends on where you live, like you could live in Brooklyn and ride the subway
Yeah,
every day. And Brooklyn's a little less, it's a little chill.
that would be so cool.
That would be really cool. All that to say though, I've never not enjoyed doing a show. There have just been the most recent experiences that you've seen when I do a show.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot going on, and it feels like just another thing that I'm trying to balance.
Yeah.
But me talking about not knowing baseball, I never knew baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You came in when all this stuff started developing, but from the age of 9 to 20, theater is my love. I haven't really tapped into this part of where my brain has gone these past couple months, I guess. But there's just this desire of I want to sing again. I want to dance again. I want to somewhat like train again, but I just know now's not the time.
Mm.
I mean, I'm singing and dancing for fun, but like I really do miss, like I've got rehearsal today. I miss that. And I'm eager to get back into it, but I just feel the Lord, and hopefully I'm interpreting him right, but I feel the Lord's like, hey, like that time will come, but it's not right now.
Mm.
It's kind of how I feel. Like, do you know how, there's like I don't know, but how like God can call you to something, but not call you like immediately to that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe that could be the case. I don't know. I need to pray about it more, but so I'm not saying God's calling me to anything except for telling people about Jesus, because I know that's my calling. Everyone, thank you for all of the stories that you submitted, and we love you so much, and we will talk to you next week.
Peace.
Bye.